Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. Before we start, I just want to thank you guys so much for the support. It's been overwhelming. We've gained over 35 subscribers in the last under a week almost, and the Jaden Daniels video has accumulated over 2K views at this point. Thank you so much for the support. If you enjoy NFL content surrounding teams, film breakdowns, you'll love my channel. Subscribe and like the video, and comment down below a player you'd like to see broken down. I would love to do player requests if you guys want to see certain players. Let's not waste any more time, and let's look at Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. is obviously son of Marvin Harrison, Hall of Fame wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts. Played a ton of good years with Peyton Manning, and he's got some big shoes to fill. Obviously, his dad being a Hall of Famer, but he wasn't the highest rated prospect coming out of high school. He was a 4-star, and he was the 21st receiver in his class. He was rated as the 160th player nationally, and he weighed in at 6'3" and 190 pounds out of St. Joseph's Prep School in Philadelphia. They had a 3 to 4th round pick estimated to him coming out of high school, obviously, so a lot changed when he went to Ohio State. But he wasn't the most clean player at this time. He was a fast and he had all the athletic tools, but he ended up committing to Ohio State after receiving numerous offers from D1 colleges such as Notre Dame, LSU, and obviously Ohio State. Marvin Harrison Jr. would get limited playtime his freshman season at Ohio State, catching 11 balls for 139 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he would break out his sophomore year, catching 77 balls for 1,263 yards and 14 touchdowns, averaging 97.2 yards per game. He also would have an incredible junior season where after he would declare where he caught 1,211 balls for 14 touchdowns as well, averaging 109 yards per game. He ended up winning the Biletnikoff that season, which, if you don't know, is the award given to the best wide receiver in all of college football. Marvin Harrison Jr. left Ohio State as one of the most successful wide receivers coming out of the college of all time. Winning the Biletnikoff is one of the highest awards you can get as a college wide receiver, and I would argue it is the highest award you can get. And he was unanimously the #1 wide receiver coming out of the 2023 draft. Some would argue that Malik Nabers was better, or a guy like Rome Odunze out of Washington, but I think unanimously Marvin Harrison was the #1 guy. Unfortunately, coming out of draft with some of the most elite quarterback talent we've seen in recent memory, with Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Drake May, it was clear that he wasn't going to be taken #1, and he went 4th overall to the Arizona Cardinals, hoping to start a new rebuild with Kyler Murray, with an Arizona team that was pretty depleted of talent all over. With Malik Nabers instantly developing into a star, the conversation about Marvin Harrison Jr. has been a little skewed in the negative light, which I think isn't exactly fair to Marvin Harrison Jr.'s talents and production. He had an incredible game against the Rams, which we are actually going to be looking at today, where he hauled in 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards. All right, first rep of the day we're going to be looking at. Here we're going to have Marvin Harrison Jr. versus Tre'Davious White, which I bet a lot of you didn't even know was on the Rams right now. He's had a fall off since getting injured and leaving the Bills. PFF grades him out as around a 50, which is very below average. He has allowed 9 receptions on 13 yards this season, and Marvin Harrison gets clamped here. It's not a great route. He's a little choppy at the top of his break, and we're going to see him try to run a comeback here against Tre'Davious White. So he's going to be attacking outside shoulder of Tre'Davious White. He's going to try to threaten up the field, and the comeback, he's just not going to sell it great. So let's watch this one time through here. So we're going to see he's going to try to threaten upfield, and Tre'Davious White just sits on it. As we can see, he's got his hips. He's not really threatening him too much deep. He hasn't even started to run downfield. And Marvin Harrison clearly here is already making his chopping movements to cut back down to come towards the ball. It's right at the sticks, so Tre'Davious White could anticipate this a little bit. But as we can see here, Tre'Davious White comes back with Marvin Harrison, and it's honestly not open at all. We'll watch it one more time here. We're going to see threatens up the field, outside shoulder, and then the comeback. Tre'Davious White is all on this. You can see a little grab there, but this is clearly not open, and I'm not sure exactly why Kyler throws this. Tre'Davious White is pretty clearly on this, and he stares down this route the whole time. And it's a great rep by Tre'Davious White, but something I've noticed with Marvin Harrison Jr., sometimes he struggles to separate against man coverage on the outside, which isn't something you really expect from him, being a bigger-bodied receiver who was kind of praised for his route running coming out of the draft. Here's one of Marvin Harrison's touchdowns on the game. He's going to be going against Tre'Davious White on the top end side of our screen again, and he gets the better of Tre'Davious White here. It was kind of a nice back and forth battle. I would say Marvin Harrison did get the better of him this game, besides that one rep where he really got shut down on that comeback route that we just looked at. So right here, he's just going to be running a post. I believe it's cover two, and he's just going to beat Tre'Davious White. He's going to beat him in a foot race and makes a really incredible catch in the back of the end zone. Great ball by Kyler Murray, putting it only where a bigger bodied receiver like Marvin Harrison can get it. And Marvin Harrison does a really good job of boxing Tre'Davious White, making sure he can't get his arms around to break up this ball. So let's watch this through here. All right, we see Marvin Harrison here comes off the ball. And I don't know what you guys think. You can comment down below. It almost seems like sometimes Marvin Harrison is running half speed. I don't know. This route, he is looking like he's moving. And as we can see, beautiful ball, beautiful catch. Everything about this play works according to plan. Great route by Marvin Harrison, or not necessarily needing to do too much. He kind of just runs by the older Tre'Davious White and just uses his incredible tracking and ball skills to pull this ball in. Really nice play here from Marvin Harrison. One of the best things a receiver can do is help his quarterback when he's in trouble. Marvin Harrison here is not initially going to get open on a crossing route across the middle. The Rams are playing zone coverage and they're passing off the zones really well. But what Marvin Harrison is going to do here is pretty cool. So we're going to see him carry this crosser across the middle of the field, and he's actually going to stem up and change his route trajectory a little bit to go more upfield. Not only does this give him an open route to get farther down the field, but it also gets him open to the guy covering underneath. So we're going to see here, let's watch this through. We're going to see, like I said, he's going to be running this short crosser. And we can see here, this crosser is not going to get open. You see number 3 here, he's going to flip his hips and try to run with Marvin. And he actually does a pretty good job of running with it. But then we're going to see Marvin Harrison stem this up the field. We'll watch it one time and complete. So he's running. Obviously, this route's supposed to flatten out here. I believe this route would be designed to come across like this. But because number 3 gets in his way here, he's going to continue this up the field. And it creates an opportunity, and it's an amazing throw by Kyler Murray as well. You got to give him all the credit here. And look at this beautiful ball and beautiful catch by Marvin. And he actually gets into the end zone here using his length. He's a really lengthy, good receiver. And it's really cool to see this connection already flourishing. Like I said, I think the narratives behind Marvin Harrison right now are a little forced and a little incorrect. Saying that he's a bust already is incorrect. He is separating. He's doing a lot of good things, and he's in a system where they spread the ball out a lot. So he's not the number one. He's not getting all the targets, but he is getting open. And I'll show some plays later in the game where he did get open, where he just didn't get targeted. So he had potential to have an even bigger game. But overall, great route here from Marvin Harrison. Great adjustment to knowing what to do when that player gets in your way in the middle of the field. All right, we're going to be looking at the top of our screen again here. I believe he's going against Tre'Davious White. Can't exactly see the back of his number, but he's going to be running a back shoulder fade here, and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray are going to connect. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this play because there's not much to break down here, but we're going to see a great connection, and it's great to see Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. have this connection, and it's an amazing catch by Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. As we see, he's going to release to the outside shoulder of Tre'Davious White and just make an incredible hands catch. Beautiful ball, beautiful catch. Like I just said, I believe there was more opportunities for Marvin Harrison to get the ball this game. So here's going to be running a nice double move kind of route. He's going to be stemming to the inside of the field on what would be like a seam route, trying to get in between cover 2. And he's going to cut back to the outside, and he's going to get wide open. Kyler Murray's going to end up scrambling here, and it's going to be a fine play for the Cardinals, but this was a wide open for Marvin Harrison Jr. It's a great route. It's everything you want to see out of a rookie. Let's watch it here. As we can see, stems up, and then he goes back to the outside. He's wide open here for what would be a touchdown. And we see Kyler automatically, instantly scrambles, gets some pressure. Braden Fisk, rookie out of Florida State, great player. He's been killing dudes up front. But overall, this is a great route by Marvin Harrison, and one that he probably should have been targeted on. Unfortunately, it's a really good route that the Cardinals, for some reason, put on the back side of this play-action bootleg. Kind of a weird design here from the Cardinals, but he is open here, and it's a great route by Marvin. Overall, my main takeaway from watching Marvin Harrison Jr.'s film is he is a star in the making. He has a great way of using his big frame and great hands to really box guys out and make incredible catches. If he can clear up some of the choppiness at the top of his routes, I think he can really be a star. I'm really excited to see what he does in the future, and it is not time to panic on Marvin Harrison Jr. I know Malik Neighbors is playing better, and the film does second that. Malik Neighbors is doing an incredible job at separating. He's doing everything you want to see. But it is definitely not over for Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he will develop into a star. I think his route running is already really good. The way he leverages people with his body and his hands are already elite. And I believe the most in him. This system will start to lean on him more and more. And I am excited to see what he does against my Packers this weekend. Hopefully Jair Alexander can get back and we can see that matchup because I think that'll be really fun. Jair has a tendency to humble rookie receivers, so we'll see what Marvin Harrison does. I'm really excited. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, and have a good day, guys.